What is up guys, it's Larko and today I got a video on XDEFIANT. Now I was fully prepared and committed to come onto this game and slag it off. So bad in fact that Ubisoft might actually try and sue me. However, that is not the case. The last time I played XDEFIANT was in June of last year, and if I've got to be honest, it just felt super clunky, super grim. I didn't enjoy it at all. I probably had 2 to 3 hours playtime on it, and I just absolutely hated it. Thought it was completely horrific. Before release, I gotta admit, it is pretty decent. Also, if my voice sounds extremely deep, it's because I am ill as fuck at the moment, so I'm trying to power through this. I can't stop sneezing, my nose is running, but we're making it work anyway. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment down below on your thoughts of XDEFIANT. Subscribe if you're new, and if you're not new, you probably noticed I haven't been uploading much recently. It's just because I've been playing stuff like Arena Breakout, XDEFIANT, games I wouldn't normally play. I've even swapped my video editing software too, so I'm getting to the grips of that. But hopefully I'm going to be back in the swing of things soon. I ain't playing Battlefield 2042 as much, and I want to switch up things content-wise on the channel. But without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Now, the main selling point for XDEFIANT is the fact that it doesn't have skill-based matchmaking. This is a huge win for most people. However, sometimes it does feel like the game has a slight SBMM touch to it. This could purely be because if there is no SBMM, you will get sweaty players. But the sweaty players I encounter will be a full 6-man of people that are literally playing like their lives depend on it. Feels like you're playing ranked when you're actually in casuals. Now, this isn't too bad because this only happens in probably like 2, maybe 3 out of 10 games. It's not too bad. Like, you can still play the game, but it's just, it feels like you're playing competitively. But overall, the game does feel very nice. There is, however, input-based matchmaking. If you did not know, you can go into your settings. I think it's under networking management or something like that, and you can turn it off if need be or keep it on. So if you're playing on controller, if you just want to play against controller players or vice versa. Now, I got to admit, I am pleasantly surprised. I didn't think I was going to continue playing this game. But for some reason, even though it is beyond generic, I keep coming back to it, and I'm actually enjoying it. There are a few negatives though. Not everyone's going to class these as negatives or positives, but these are my honest opinions. If you feel the same, feel free to let me know down below. But one of these things is the fact that this is a hero-based shooter. Near enough, all of the abilities and ultimates in this game are beyond ridiculous. They're super overpowered. But if I'm honest, I actually quite like it. I like the chaoticness and the fact that you don't really know what's going to happen. Everything is so overwhelming that I've been having fun, and to be honest, a few things could be nerfed. Like Echelon's wall hack that lasts for 15 seconds, pings for everyone on your team, and only takes 30 seconds to regenerate. But I don't find myself hating it. The fact that so many things are overpowered that it's actually kind of nice because they all cancel each other out to a sense. Me personally, I've been running the EMP grenades a lot to deal with the shields from Phantoms, and a lot of people are going to be saying that these abilities need nerfing. But I'm actually going to go against that. I'm going to say I really enjoy it. It's irritating, yeah, but then you use your abilities and you make it irritating for other players too. The maps on this game are actually designed pretty well, which is something I didn't think I was going to be saying. There's a couple maps that I'm kind of iffy on. I will never really back out. But most of the maps are designed very well. The super fast respawn system too, unless you're playing a game like Occupy, works really well. Everything is very fast paced, and that's just how I like it. It sort of pushes me to release my inner aggressive side. You do sometimes get people camping, but it's actually quite rare. Snipers are pretty OP, but at the same time, I don't know, I feel like other weapons can challenge them very well. I know there's a lot of people talking about the snipers at the moment and the fact they think they're overpowered. I don't think they're too bad. I mean, they could do with like a slight nerf when it comes to ADS times, but even then I don't think they're too ridiculous. Maybe their damage values could be adjusted a bit, but Ubisoft have now officially announced that they are going to adjust for snipers in some way. I hope it doesn't crutch them too hard. Maybe damage fall off ranges and stuff, but I don't know, in such a close quarter combat game, I don't understand how this is going to work properly, but it's coming. One of the worst things about this game though is the netcode. I think Ubisoft have actually said something about this on Twitter, but I've had it plenty of times where like I will shoot with my sniper, I'll hit someone and within a split second they've killed me and it's registered as a hit marker. Or sometimes I won't even die and it tells me I get a hit marker, and I can clearly then see the enemy after and I haven't got a hit marker, they still got full health, which is kind of weird. I've had some ping issues as well, every now and then, maybe 1 to 2 in 10 matches. But these are things that are going to be improved over time. I mean, this is still a free-to-play game, and I'd recommend anyone picking it up. For free-to-play, you can't really argue with it that much. The Battle Pass is pretty dog shit, but at the same time, it's quite cheap. Just thought I'd hop in and add this too, because I filmed this video like nearly a week ago now. I've since been playing some more XDEFIANT, and bunny hopping is definitely irritating. I can see why people are so annoyed with it. However, I don't think it is as bad as people are making out to be. Every now and then I might bunny hop, but some players you encounter do it 24/7, and I feel like the only way that they can combat this by adding a debuff. After you've jumped once, if you go to jump again, your jump is nowhere near as high and it slows down your entire movement speed. It will stop people from this ratty playstyle, but you know, I imagine they are definitely going to add something into the game to change this, because people are definitely abusing it. I can see why so many people get irritated. Me personally, it doesn't bother me too much, but you know, it's not a mechanic that should really be in this game. I get it's fast paced and everything, but yeah, it's just kind of annoying. Leveling up weapons and stuff though, that is a real pain, especially if you're new to the game. You'll feel like you're just getting outplayed all the time, but once you level up your weapons, it really seems to level out. The AK and the MP7 are probably two of like the best weapons when it comes to having like default loadouts. Whack a red dot sight on them once they're level 2 and everything seems to be sound. I don't think there's any clear outliers of anything that needs to be like nerfed imminently. Like I feel like the AK is probably one of the best ARs in the game, but it's still, I don't feel like anything on the weapon side is too overpowered. You could argue the snipers, but I'm going to argue against it. But yeah, my first impressions of XDEFIANT, I'm actually pretty pleased, to be honest. It's been a bit of a fresh air. I mean, considering the absolute shithole Ubisoft has been in for the last like 5 to 6 years, you know, they've released this game that's completely 100% generic, and I don't know, generic worked on this one. I really enjoy it, and I think a lot of other people do too. It's generic and bland, and it's nothing new, but it's enjoyable. And it's definitely a breath of fresh air as well compared to something like Call of Duty, because the SBMM in that game just absolutely ruined it for me. I think it's ruined the game for a lot of people too. So this is very pleasant, and I gotta be honest, this is a pretty positive review. I'm probably going to do some more videos on XDEFIANT 2. I'm not entirely sure what yet. Maybe just some like random gameplays and stuff, playing with mates. But we'll have to see.